everyone, my name is RJ,
My name is Tensaye,
and we are the
the
Group
Group
Project
Project
Gamers.
Gamers.
Um, First episode, nervous chuckles.
Yeah.
In all honesty, like, we're just a couple of friends who, we've been friends for a decade plus now. I met Tensei over here back in middle school, and ever since then, he's been like family to me. Um, so that's it. I only found it fitting to start a podcast really about things that we're passionate about, which is gaming, by the way. Um, I found it like imperative that we start something like this because I want to capture who we are and our daily life in what we love to do, and just having the knowledge that I have a good friend like Tensei in my life is an awesome thing, and the fact that I get to share some of my favorite things in the world is pretty awesome.
Yep. And I'm Tensei, the other half of the Group Project Gamers. And so for me, gaming is probably one of the biggest things, if not the biggest thing in my life, because it's brought me close to a lot of people that I never thought I would meet because I'm a very socially awkward person in person from the start. But once I get to know you, I'll start to open up really easily. So for me, gaming has just been my everything, and as of recent, me and my friends we've kind of tried to go competitive in it. And so for me, I'm more of the competitive side, whereas my friend RJ, he is more of the casual side of it. So with this podcast, we kind of want to bring both sides together and just have two different perspectives of the same kind of views and things that we're interested in, so that everyone here can hopefully debate about it and see what we have to put out there and what everyone has to say about what we got. So, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like having a podcast is something therapeutic, like you get to put out your ideas, and people who think like you will be, they'll come and listen and they'll give their inputs, or there's always those people that will disagree with you, and I find that important that you take in those views and not necessarily like, oh, hang your life on, oh, this person doesn't agree with what I did, but it helps you grow as a person, and it helps you become better by listening to other people and having that kind of discourse. So creating a podcast about gaming and our ventures in it seems like an awesome thing. And like I said before, and like Tensei actually hit upon, we met a lot of people. We've made a lot of good friendships through video games. Me growing up, I had my older cousins who had like the Nintendo 64 and the Super Nintendo and stuff, and I grew up a gamer. They instilled that from to me at a young age. Playing games. My very first console was the PlayStation 1, and shout out to my dad for getting me that, even though he probably doesn't like the idea that I play games a lot now, into my adulthood. But, my dad, he opened up the world of gaming to me with that console, specifically the games, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, um, I think it was like Twisted Metal, that like really got me into gaming. There was a whole slew of other games that I learned to love, and with it, I got to see the evolution of gaming as it went. And for me, like Tensei said, I'm more of a casual gamer where I like to sit down, relax, enjoy a game for what it's worth, get to know the story, dive into the mythos of the games, and you know, it's really interesting to me. The level of dedication that it goes into creating these games, creating these stories, and not only this podcast, but I have my own channel on YouTube. That's that group project gamer RJ, where I will bring along some of my closest relatives, friends, just people that I want to have on the show to play games with me, because gaming for me has been a social thing. Um, like I said, it helped me create a lot of friendships. And so, with that being said, Tensei also has a YouTube channel where I will give him the mic.
So my channel is youtube.com/Tensaye or user/Tensaye or whatever. And from there, I will be pretty much just uploading a lot of my highlights from my competitions that I will be playing in the near future. So do expect us to be playing in a lot of different tournaments. My main game that we are playing is Rocket League. Me and my team are going to be playing in a couple of tournaments here for some money in the near future, and we're going to RLCS. So I'm gonna have a full vlog of just us traveling to RLCS and having that whole thing going down. So yeah, I mean, expect a lot of competitive gameplay on my end. That's pretty much what me and my team is about. Me and my cousin, we've been in competitive gaming for about 8 or 7 years, I want to say, and we've never stopped trying to compete in any game that we get. We always strive to be the best no matter what game we're playing. But Rocket League seems to be a game that we both enjoy and just have a lot of fun in, as well as feel that we are top competitors in. So we're giving our shot at it, and hopefully we land a spot in RLCX, RLCS, RLCS next season. So hopefully, we're striving for the top, and hopefully one day we'll achieve something that we've been driving for many years. But yeah, I'll let RJ take it away from here.
I mean, what you can expect from us really is just kind of like a memoir of our daily lives, what we got going on in regards to gaming, games that I look forward to playing, games that have impacted me in different ways, different backgrounds of the gaming community that we're a part of, and really just our ideas and input. You know, um, like I said, gaming is a big important part of our lives, and without it, we wouldn't have the close friendships that we have today. And I'm very thankful to have these friendships. Shout out to my close friends. They know who they are already. Hopefully, they're listening to this when it comes out, all edited and polished and everything.
I know I am.
Exactly. I'm probably gonna be like our number one listener. In all honesty, it's just gonna be me reviewing like,
Watching
"You guys
it.
are great,"
Yeah.
and then I'll just throw in a random like, "You guys suck."
That's
just
me, literally, like every time I upload a video, it's just me like watching it over and over, and I'm like, I could have done this better. I could have done this better.
And see, that's the
But
thing is like you're your own worst critic.
mm-hmm.
So, hopefully, by us putting our voices out there, we will get some better critics. Hopefully, some not so mean critics. But in all honesty, that's life, and you won't learn from it you just if you're only looking for positive messages. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you always gotta also like take inputs that contradict what you think or that challenge your idea or your way of thinking, and that way you grow, and you become better. Like I was talking to Tensei earlier, in our lives, we've always been the type of people that, strive for perfection because in striving for perfection, you achieve excellence. And that's what I want to do. I want to create quality content for people like me, like Tensei, to enjoy because in all reality, gaming, humor, anything really like this that you might expect from us, it's helped a lot. Um, I know big titans on YouTube like PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jack. Those guys, they really inspired me to become a better person every day. Um, they through their actions, through their gameplays, through their silly videos, through their constant learning and mistakes that they've made because they're human. I've learned a lot from them, and I just want to share something like that and be that positive influence for somebody else, because they gave me that influence to start this, to have confidence in myself. Um, so yeah, this is an important thing for me, just to get myself out there a little bit more, because just like Tensei, I'm socially awkward as it is, and I feel like this would be a perfect way to overcome those like that social anxiety,
Hmm.
really.
Yeah. I couldn't said it better myself, honestly. But um, where do oh man, where do we want to go from here? We can edit this part out, so it's like whatever.
Hey, leave it in, man. Like, in all honesty, don't be afraid to just goof.
Okay, we're not editing this part out. We're still socially awkward, and we've been friends for 12 plus years. So,
Exactly.
um,
But, if like, this is obviously just an introduction video, just to get to know us a little bit better.
mhm.
But if you guys have any suggestions as topics for us to talk about in future episodes, or questions, or just, constructive criticisms, we'd really appreciate any and all, thoughts and ideas,
Mhm.
because that'll help us grow. That'll help us get better quality content out there for everybody, and that'll eventually get us to be where we want to be with this, you know. Um, with that being said, I feel like this was a pretty good introduction, um, and I can't wait to share more with you guys in the future.
Oh yeah. We have a lot of plans with the podcast and a lot of ideas coming our way. But like we said, we are always open to conversation and always open to suggestions if you guys wanted to leave those in the comments. But yeah, do expect a lot of podcasts. Probably weekly, you think is a good idea?
Weekly, yeah.
Probably weekly of us just goofing around and just trying to figure out, the podcast life. I've never been a part of a podcast, nor have I thought I was going to be a part of one. So this is kind of new to me for sure. But I have listened to a few podcasts, and I always thought it was kind of fun just to have, a group of friends that just hang around a microphone and just talk randomly, and then just make good conversation. Me and RJ, we have talks for hours and hours, so we can definitely do it for sure. So yeah, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I think that's a pretty good introduction of who we are, and hopefully we'll hold up to our standards as well as yours
Yeah.
to this podcast.
Yeah. So thank everybody for listening. Again, we appreciate everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.
Bye.